Good morning. I have a dog that's barking outside. I need to get her to stop. Chloe, no barking. Be good, girl. She's just standing there. I don't know if you can see her. Now she's running away. People are out and about already this time of the morning. It's 6:15. People going to work. Kids catching the school bus for the high school. Actually, that will be about another 45 minutes. But, oh, I got dishes to wash. Oh, I got my laundry started. I woke up a little bit late today. I slept in. Well, I was up early with the dogs, but then I came downstairs and they let me go back to sleep. Everybody cooperated and laid down. So I've got 4 loads of laundry I need to do. And since I started it at 6 o'clock, it'll be late morning before I'm finished. And then I need to go outside to stack up wood. And both of those green garbage cans are about empty. So I think I showed you in another video, it takes two wheelbarrow fulls to restack that. So that's going to be 4. And then the containers in here need to be restacked. So I'm going to have to be bringing up 5 loads of wood. So that's going to take me some time. Usually when I have to do 3 to 4, it takes me about 20 minutes. So this will probably take me about a half hour, because then the other wood that comes in here, these other 2 containers, I need to run them into the house. So anyhow, I gotta do that. And I want to get out and go out to Lancaster, but I don't think I'm going to do it today because it is cold out. I don't want to be out walking, you know, going to any of these shops when it's, you know, real cold like this. And Harry, he's sniffling and sneezing, and he's worried that he's getting sick again. But you know what? The same thing's been happening to me for the last few days. I've been sneezing and sniffling and everything too. And I just think it's just part of this weather. So anyhow, I got another girly finally coming back to the door. I gotta get my water going so I can get dishes washed. And then I'm just going to work on my laundry. As soon as it gets daylight, I'm going to go out and get wood. And then after that, you know, I'm just going to wait and see what else needs to be done around here, or what I can do. And yeah, we'll see. Here's a tip for you. If you are like me and you want to drink water through the day, and you want your water like really cold, I mean, you can always put ice cubes in. But have you ever noticed sometimes like ice cubes, especially if they're older ice cubes, they're not real fresh, as you know, it melts in your drink, it gets like that like stale freezer taste, you know, sometimes. I don't like that. So I just like to have really, really cold water. So here's what I do. You can go over to your grocery store, Super Walmart, Target, wherever you're doing your shopping. And they have these. This is 101.4 fluid ounces. Otherwise, that would be 3 quarts plus 5.4 fluid ounces. So 5.4 fluid ounces is probably about maybe 3/4 of a cup, because 8 fluid ounces is a cup. Okay, so that's how much water you get. I have a couple of these I keep on hand, and I pulled, if you only have one refrigerator, I mean, you'd have to tuck them, you know, into your refrigerator. I have 2. And so that I'm not taking up so much room, because this is a smaller refrigerator than most people. Most people I've explained have like a 36-inch refrigerator. This is 34, so it's smaller. So I keep one in here, and when one's empty or getting empty, like this one here, what you do is you just rotate. So I just filled this up with cold tap water. So I'm going to stick this in the fridge in the laundry room, and this will start getting really, really cold. This obviously has been sitting in the refrigerator. It's already cold. So after that's done and I need more water, I go over there to get more water. And as that depletes, again, when I fill that up, I go to the other fridge and I pull this one out. And then this way you're constantly having really, really cold water, and you don't have to stick ice cubes into your drink. You know, ice cubes are nice in drinks, like especially in the spring and summer when it's hot outside, because you're really thirsty usually in the summertime, where you're just, you know, like me, for me, I could be doing stuff throughout the day. I need to get a drink. I'm really thirsty. And I'll go sit out on my swing with like a glass of ice water or a glass of iced tea, and I suck it all down. So it's like gone right there. You know what I'm saying? It's not like those ice cubes are sitting in my drink, you know, for several hours or whatever while I'm trying to drink that. You see what I'm saying? So to avoid putting ice cubes in my water, that's what I do. And then this way I'm still having nice ice cold water. Look at that. I'm making fried matzah for breakfast. It also goes by the name matzah brie. You just break up some matzah like this, and over a colander here, you just take a couple cups of boiling water and pour over like that. And then you're going to just, woo, you're all fogged up. You're just going to wait a minute while that sets for a second. In the meantime, get some butter, or you can use olive oil, grapeseed oil. You want to get some of that all melted. You want to have 2 eggs beaten. This is like a single serving, or 2 people could eat this. But anyway, so you have that going there. You take your matzah that's now, and I did not take a break at all doing this. And you have to work kind of quickly, but your matzah will start to get soft. So just going to put it in just like that. And then we're going to pour our eggs over it. And that's okay, it'll get like that. And then you just kind of do like you're doing for an omelet. You're going to let it cook a little bit, then you're going to try to flip it over. And yep, it'll get all piled up, and that's what you want. Just keep bringing your eggs back over. And you want to get it to where it's, you know, your eggs are getting firmed up, your matzah, got it piled there. And this is the part where we need to take it and then flip it all over. Like that. And about now, we can salt and pepper, like so. Again, just bring in any little bits of egg, because we're going to flip this over one more time, like that. And if you want to, you can just serve it like that. Or you can take it and, you know, start to break it up like this. I do that so that if there's any egg that doesn't look like it's completely done yet, you know, you can flip it over. And that is fried matzah, which also goes by the name of matzah brie. And you can see how fast that is. Very fast. There's breakfast. Alrighty, it's time to go outside and get some wood. It's still pretty cold out. And even though it's cold, the sun is melting things. There's icicles all up there. Stuff is dripping over in there and turning slushy. But it's still freezing. Pretty girls. So we're all stocked back up with wood, and it's a good thing. We're supposed to have some more snow a little bit tomorrow. They're just saying flurries. We'll go out that way in a minute. They're saying flurries, but that's tomorrow, so that's Friday. And then I think they said Saturday, like snow is supposed to come in. I think they said tomorrow, like an accumulation, like ½ inch to maybe an inch. But then Saturday, there's supposed to be more snow. But I don't think like it's like what we just had. Let's put it that way. So anyway, more snow's coming a little bit, and that'll be Saturday. So then Sunday, I don't know what Sunday we'll be doing. I think it's just supposed to be like sunny and cold, like it has been. So I thought I'd just walk outside here with you, so you could just, I don't know, see what my house is like in the winter. You can see my chimney is smoking up there because I got my wood stove going. Oh, and my head hurts a little bit because while I was getting wood down from that big pile, because the little one, you'll see it's covered in snow, piece of wood just came and clunked me on the head. Not too bad. I mean, I don't have a bump there or anything, but it's just a little bit tender. So anyhow, we have snow dripping from the gutters up there, and we've got icicles through the crepe myrtles over there, and no icicles on the gutters that way, but over here, over the garage, there's icicles, and you can see up in the gutter where the ice is just frozen there. So that's a little bit warm. I probably should have my winter coat on. But anyway, my hot water tank is heating up. That's what that smoke is, because it's gas. And so this is what my yard looks like, my landscaping, I should say, like in the dead middle of winter. It's just sticks everywhere, except for these bushes. I love these bushes. They keep the leaves on. And these are my burning bushes. And there's my happy place all snowed over. In fact, I think I should take a picture of that. So anyway, here we go, back with video recording. And obviously I will not be walking through all that snow and over the bridge. We'll come over this way where it's nice and clear. This is where I took the snowblower through here yesterday. Oh, and you know what? I got to go back in the house. I got a couple things I need to mail before the mail lady gets here. I really should get like a broom and like, you know, knock some of that snow down. But you can see our smaller wood pile, which we've been working from, is completely snowed over. So I had to go over there. And look, you can see all the zigzags in the yard where the dogs, they've been running and playing. That's funny. And my little weather vane is spinning. Got running puppies. Oh, don't knock into me. And Lucy's over there eating snow. What is Ellie doing? She's running all the way over there. There she goes. Funny girl. Romping in the snow. Oh, this is the backyard, all snowed over. All my trees that are bare. Doggy's running in the snow. So I will take you out to the front because I got to go take those couple things out to the mailbox. And I think the girlies are ready to go in. It's quite chilly. I need to go in. Snow off my feet. I just happened to look at the clock passing through my kitchen to get my things I need to mail in. It's after 1 o'clock already. Oh, and I wonder if the garbage man came. The garbage man was supposed to come today. See how I had to come over here yesterday around the mailbox and get it all clear? And there's the driveway. Some of that snow was really deep in the driveway, and I couldn't get it all the way down to the pavement. But, yep, see, you got to come out here and like that, and you got to get all of that cleared up. So, anyhow, now let me see if the garbage person came. And they did. Wonderful. Now I can bring my garbage can up. Here you can see my little pathway up to the front door. How I got that all cleared with the snow blower. And you can see like all through the yard there how the snow thrower just like throws everything. So now I need to take this in. So I'm in the house, back to normal now. Oh, and that's the thing about moving around. You get your workout in and you start to get hot. So that's why I run around, even in the wintertime, with a tank top, because I keep my house really warm. Not only do we run the furnace, but to help keep the furnace from having to run so much, that's why we have the wood stove, to heat everything real well. And then after a while, it starts getting really, really hot. And my fire is blazing over there because I just put some fresh wood in, and I had to fill up these containers too, because that one had only one log left, and that one only had about a third of the way filled. And so all of that is done. And that way, you know, if I get cold later, that's why I have all my little sweat jackets and my sweaters and stuff like that. And that's why in my closet, you see like I have that whole section that it's all different kinds of sweaters and hoodies and sweat jacket type things. That's the reason why, is because in the summertime, you run the air conditioner and then your house gets like a meat locker. And I even get cold sometimes in the summertime when the air conditioning's running, and so I put something on in the house. But in the winter, you know, my house is warm, and so as I'm running around and cleaning and doing things, you begin to, you know, get a little bit hot. Especially me being 50, I'm menopausing. So anyhow, getting hot and so forth, I can take that off instead of, you know, having a long sleeve shirt on and then you want to rip your shirt off, but you can't do that. This way, you know, I can just take off my hoodie, and then if I get cold, then I can put it back on. But yes, menopausing. And what some ladies might not know, and part of this you might know, let's just say that, oh, my neighbors are, oh, they got some worker over at their house. I wonder what they are having done. It's like a problem. Plumbers and electricians are always over at our houses, it seems like, here in this neighborhood. They didn't have good subcontractors. But, so anyway, well, I'll figure that out later. But anyway, as far as like menopausing and all of that stuff goes, usually ladies, they begin menopausing around 54, 55 years of age. And it goes through about 10, 12, maybe 15 years. Some women, it takes longer. It could go like longer than that. I don't want to give like a year, but it could go longer than that. And my doctor told me when I had my hysterectomy at age 43, she said that if you have a hysterectomy when you're like in your late 30s or your early 40s. See, because that does stuff to your hormones, because like I had one ovary taken out, so that's going to affect my whole body makeup and that sort of thing. And then the other things removed. She says that actually women can start menopausing early, and they can even start menopausing in their late 40s. And I did. I started menopausing, but I call it pre-menopausing. I was noticing effects a little bit at like 48 and a half. Last year, when I was 49, I really noticed it. It was really starting to set in. So, and the only thing that I really notice is I get hot easier. I get like hot flashes and that sort of thing at night. You hear about women, they have the night sweats. It's like I keep throwing my blanket off. I used to keep my blanket on all the time. I would get cold all the time, and I was always bundled up with a whole bunch of blankets, and my husband would laugh at me. He'd say, "You look like you're an Eskimo over there, like you just can't get warm enough. You're all bundled up." And I would even sometimes put on double socks because my feet were always cold and everything. But yeah, a couple years ago, that all started to change a little bit. And this year, I haven't noticed it well, I shouldn't say that. This year was the first year I didn't sleep in my summer pajamas yet. Last winter, believe it or not, and I think it was because last winter was a warmer winter than it is right now, that I would get so hot at night that I started wearing my summer pajamas, like with, you know, the shorts and the tank tops that would match it, summer pajamas like that. I'd wear those because I would get so hot at night. But this year, it's a colder winter, so I'm wearing my pajamas on really, really cold nights with the long sleeves, but on nights that it's not too terribly cold, see, I'll put on my pajama pants, and then I wear a tank top to bed at night. That's why sometimes when I'm getting up and start my videos in the morning and you say I got like a tank top on, that's why. Because it's just, you know, it could be like, a warmer night is like 35 degrees and higher, like 40, 45. That's a warmer night. To you guys, that might be a really cold night. That's a warmer night for me, because I know I'll get really hot with the hot flashes. But so far, that's all that I've noticed. I've not had mood swings, and I've been praying for years since my doctor told me I would probably go into menopause early. You know, I started, you know, saying, God, please don't let me have mood swings like, you know, some people do, because you hear from people that, you know, they go through that, and that's like a real struggle, you know, because that's not their normal personality, you know, to just want to be like that all the time. And I don't like being like that. So anyway, so far, so good. It's, you know, just hot flashes. So anyhow, I guess that's my little menopause, FYI, whatever. So I have a couple things I need to do. So I better do them. Let me get my meatloaf out here. And by the way, we're getting a new stove here soon. I'll show you why. Oh, yes. That looks yummy. It's a little bit browned on the top, but what I'm going to do is put it back in there for another 5 to 10 minutes and just let it brown a little bit more. Then take it out and put the foil back over it. And with that, I was going to do potatoes, but we've been eating quite a bit of potatoes here lately. So then I was thinking I could do noodles with browned butter. That is an option. Or I could do rice. But I think I'm going to do some noodles with browned butter. That's what I will make. And for the veggie of the day, I'm making Brussels sprouts. They say you're supposed to use, oh, I heard something. They say you're supposed to use fresh Brussels sprouts. My mom is the one that showed me how to make this over a year ago, and my sister-in-law was the one that showed her to do it. And my sister-in-law and my mom use fresh Brussels sprouts. But I can't always find fresh Brussels sprouts that I can get for decent money. You get a teeny tiny little bit, and then they want an arm and a leg for it. So I've used frozen Brussels sprouts, and guess what? It works just as well. So I've got my little petite Brussels sprouts, and I've got my bacon, and that's what I'm going to work on when I got to go upstairs and get my laundry all put away. It's still down here because I didn't go upstairs yet. I got to take my shower because I got to wash my hair. I have to get the water boiling for my noodles, but I need to get my bacon fried and my Brussels sprouts going. And then we're going to have some bread on the side with it. And I'll show you why we're getting a new stove here. I told my husband we'll wait till, I think we're going to go out next weekend. Not this weekend. This weekend, this Saturday is the 25th. We're going to go out the next weekend on February the 1st. Can you believe that? February 1st already. But anyway, we're going to go February 1st. To get a new stove because, first of all, my husband has never liked this stove since we've moved in. Secondly, okay, see, my front burner is on high. Look at this. Da-dun, da-dun, dun, 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 dun. Da-da-da-da-dun, dun, dun. Now, let me show you my rear. Watch this. Watch that. Dump. Hot. Hot. It's turning red. It's hot. It's hot. Look at this still. Dump. Bump. Ba-da-dun-dun-dun-dun-dun. Look at that. So anyway, my burner's out in the front. And that is the burner that I use the most. And I was thinking about calling the appliance guy to come out and fix it. And I was getting ready to do that actually a couple weeks ago till Hair Bear said, not so fast. He said, you know it's going to cost a lot just to get the service call to get the guy out here. Then they're probably going to charge $150 at least just to replace the burner coil or whatever it is that's wrong. And he said, for the money that we're going to spend to get that fixed, he said you can pay either a third or half of the money down on a new stove. And he said, I'm sick and tired of this stove. I've told you I've hated this stove since we moved in here. And he has never liked it. He does not like it at all. So anyway, we have an electric stove. It has the thing where you can hook up for the gas, but the thing is, we're on propane. And the hot water heater and the furnace are hooked to the propane. In the winter, the propane is expensive. I will be honest with you. I will tell you what I spent last month for propane. Well, actually not last month. We had it filled up, I think it was the beginning of January, because not next week, the week after, I'll be calling again. Because you got to call about like every 4 weeks for them to come and fill up the propane tank in the winter. We spent a very big, glorious $750 big dollars on that. In December, we spent $565 big dollars. This month, when we go to get it refilled, we'll see. In the winter, it goes anywhere between $450 to $500 if it's a warmer winter. And then, you know, when it starts getting January, February, even in a warm winter, like even last year, those are still like your coldest months. And then you might end up spending between $550 and $600. But when you get a colder winter like now, and like how we've been having these Arctic blasts and everything, see, then it's more expensive. And the only thing that's being run, like I said, is my furnace and my hot water tank. In the summertime, because obviously you're not running your furnace, the air conditioner is run by electric. So only thing that's being run by propane is, again, my hot water heater. So I figure we use about 10% of propane every month, starting like about like April, May, when it starts getting really warm and you know, you start running your air. We use about 10% propane until like the fall months. Then we got to start filling up because then we start turning the furnace on. So I say all that to say this. You use your stove and your oven every day. Every day. And look at here when we've had these Arctic blasts, just to help, you know, my house warm up a little bit in addition to the furnace, in addition to the wood stove and a heater upstairs in the hallway. I will turn on my stove so that I can like make bread or cookies or things like that and let it go for a couple hours. So see how you're using more gas then? See, that's the thing. I would love to have a gas stove. I would love it. My last house, I had a gas stove. I loved it. But economically for us, an electric stove, unfortunately, is the way to go. So anyhow, for all of you that have gas stoves, enjoy your gas stoves. I wish I had my gas stove like I did in Chicago. But I have an electric stove. I had an electric stove when I lived in Virginia. And I had an electric stove when I lived in Ohio when I was married to Harry. When I was living with my mommy and my daddy, we always had a gas stove. I prefer a gas stove. But I don't have one. So anyhow, that's my stove dilemma. I'll be getting a new stove here within the next couple weeks. It will be electric. But, you know, that's how it goes. So I'm upstairs on my way to go get my shower and get my clothes put away. And Lucy hears me talking to the camera and she's looking at me like, why do you keep talking into that camera? She does that every now and then because she's like, I see no people around here. You're just talking into that camera. Even though she knows what the camera's all about because she's a big ham when it comes to the camera. Look, she was looking at me while I was having the camera pointed at me. As soon as I turned it, she turned and she started staring at me. Staring at the camera because she knows. Mommy's talking to the camera. And you know what the camera's all about, don't you, Lou? Tell everybody goodbye. I hear other girlies coming. Say goodbye. There's Ellie. Say bye-bye.